And I'm your club's Sergeant at Arms. As excited as well as all are to start the meeting, first I would like to state our club mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Now, before we start our meeting, I want to state a few ground rules that we hope every member abides by. So, rules are: please switch off your phone or put them on silent mode for the duration of the meeting. I'll give you 30 seconds to do that. In Toastmasters, we refrain from speaking anything about religion, caste, sex, and politics in a derogatory manner. Do not interject the speaker while they are delivering their speech or report. Avoid cross-talking throughout the course duration of the meeting. Make sure. Okay. So this was about the ground rules for today's meeting. Now, I would like to introduce our presiding officer for the today's meeting. So he's somebody who is into market research industry for about a decade of experience. He is an educator who conducts workshops with colleges and corporates to emphasize on the importance of market research and consumer behavior. He is a passionate Toastmaster and is serving as a division director for the East UP region of District 124, which encompasses the geographies spanning across India, Bangladesh, and Bhutan. He himself is an avid public speaker and believes that sharing knowledge is one of the most powerful ways of making our community, country, and the world a better place. So I want to hand over the mic to the presiding officer for today, Toastmaster Shobhit Singhal.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sergeant at Arms, for that wonderful introduction. And good morning to the fellow SRMS people out there. Can we have them pinned here with me, please? Can I have a look at the wonderful audience that we have today? Thank you so much, Techmaster. So I think I've did my round of audio video check, but then again, I just like to say a good hello to everyone. Can I hear a hello back from all of you there? Hello, everyone. Am I audible? Is there? Can somebody give me a shake of hands or raise of hand that yes, everything is fine in terms of the technical thing? Okay, so I am audible. Thank you so much for that waving back. So I know that I am out there loud and clear. Good to see some smiles as well. So thank you for this opportunity and a big congratulations for having the first meeting for SRMS. I know the team from our division went there some time back and we did a demo meet, but we finally come to the fruition of the whole project, and we've been able to at least get the structure in place for the Toastmasters Club in SRMS. So before I begin, I'd just like to understand, and I'd want people to, if you have to come to the podium and respond to it, please feel free. Just I want to interact with a few of you to understand from what you knew about Toastmasters back when our team visited till now. Has there been any change? What is Toastmasters for all of you, those who are attending the session today? Anyone would like to step up and answer this question? And by the way, Toastmasters is all about taking the podium. So please go ahead and let me know, what do you think about Toastmasters as of today? Anyone? Come on, guys. We'll have to come up. Come on, anyone? I'll encourage the students to step up, please. Yeah, hi. Can I have your name, please?
Hi, sir. At the time when I heard about Toastmasters Club, all I know that this club is working for people's public speaking communication abilities. Because as I am an MBA student, all I know that for marketing or for retailing, communication is the best key. So that's why I'm here.
Very nice. May I have your name again, please?
Amisha.
Amisha. Great. So thank you so much, Amisha. I think you've hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what Toastmasters is all about. It's all about communication. It's all about expressing yourselves, and that's what we do. And as I understand, you were also the club's sergeant at arms. I just got to know that as well. So congratulations on taking that role as well. Great. Okay. So that's pretty much sets the tone that, okay, we are here to sort of uh, up our communication skills, have better speaking abilities. And with that, but also I'd like to understand, again, an open question to everyone, and I want somebody else to answer this. What is the biggest wish of your life? I want to understand, what is it that you want to achieve in your life? We have so many young, minds over here, all of them studying in this prestigious institute. What is it that you aim for? I want somebody to step up and answer that question as well.
Morning, sir. Sir, I want to be an entrepreneur and I want to start my own business. So for that, I feel that communication skills are very much important to communicate with clients and all. So that's my.
Great. May I have your name again, please?
Anushka. Anushka.
Okay, Isha. Isha. Okay, great. Yes, as we all know, I mean, if you guys even think of that one big wish and speak about it in your heart, you would know that eventually, to achieve anything in life, we, being social animals, we need to interact, we need to communicate, right? We have the erudite panel of professors and dignitaries over here, and everybody, each one of them will tell you that the only way to progress in life, apart from the technical skills and the knowledge of the domain, is how you interact and how you express yourself, how you communicate with others. That is at the core of being a successful individual. Now, just to give you a quick glimpse of how it all started, and just to build up upon what Toastmasters is all about, there's a very interesting anecdote that how Toastmasters came into being is very important, right? And you must know this small little anecdote that way back in the early 1920s, even today we have that tradition. Whenever the Westerners, whenever they are in a gathering and there's a wedding or there's a function, they're supposed to raise a toast to the host. And in that raise of the toast, they are supposed to say words about the host, about the event, how they felt, and what are the, a bit of trying to sum up the feeling of the atmosphere. And there was a gentleman in that era who observed that despite being educated professionals, people coming from different backgrounds, right from banking to, in different industries, people had a hard time expressing themselves up in terms of talking about others. Probably talking about self is relatively easy, but talking about others, talking or expressing yourselves in a larger context was something very, very difficult. And people, no matter how educated they were, they had problems in expressing themselves. So that's when Mr. Ralph C. Smedley formed the Toastmasters Club, and it was in the year of 1924 that he sought to create a collaborative and learning environment where young men and women could learn the art of public speaking. So today is exactly a century later, we are all gathered here. And today we have more than 8 million members across all genders in 148 countries. And we are all working together to achieve that vision of delivering speeches, responding to impromptu situations and giving and receiving constructive feedback. And that is the backbone of the realm of Toastmasters. We speak up, we share, and then we also take in the feedback to improve further, right? So with that, I'd like to take this opportunity to proceed ahead. And today, as we are into the 100th year, we pay a homage to the founder. And also, I'd like to now call on stage somebody who is the backbone of the district that we are as of today. We are called District 124. And we have with us the Club Growth Director for District 124, Toastmaster Abahori or Abahori DTM. We call the Distinguished Toastmasters to people who have achieved great heights in our fraternity. So it's my deepest honor to hand over the virtual podium to our Club Growth Director, District 124, Aba Ori, DTM. Over to you, Aba ma'am.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shobit, and a very warm welcome to all of you at Bareilly. I am super thrilled that we have managed to get you all on board. And, this journey started by one phone call I received from Dr. Anuj. I have been speaking to him, but Dr. Anuj, are you here in the meeting? Oh, hi, how are you? Looking forward to meeting you. So just that one phone call, and the wheels started rolling. And today here we are connecting over a Zoom meeting, and I am hoping that we get to meet physically very soon. So let me tell you something about my Toastmaster journey. I joined Toastmasters in 2016, and I was nowhere near as young and brilliant as you all. But during this short span, one thing which has really stayed with me and one thing which makes me want to continue on this journey is the personal connect which I have been able to make with so many people across so many different geographies, different age groups, different cultures, different countries. And that one common thing which binds us, the love for public speaking. And that is something which really keeps me going. Because, the more people you meet, you broaden your horizons, you start thinking in a different way, and you actually feel that what you were thinking, at least it happens with me, that whatever I had thought in all these years, life was so different. And life can throw up so many challenges. And with every challenge, there are so many solutions. It need not be just what I have in my mind. So the more we interact with each other, the more we exchange views, the more we meet, our vision, our way of thinking, it totally changes. And the best part for me, of course, being with all of you is that I feel so much younger. I think now my friend circle is made of people who are all younger to me, which I think is what keeps me going also. And in fact, my husband and my sons, they tell me, you become younger after you've joined Toastmasters. So I'm really looking forward to meeting you all someday soon, and all the best for this journey. I can tell you there can be nothing more awesome, nothing more fantastic than being in a Toastmasters club, because by taking membership here, you're not just a member of SRMS Toastmasters Club. You're a member of all the clubs worldwide. Anywhere in the world you go, you can attend their meetings, you can take part in their sessions. There are a lot of clubs which meet online. So you can actually go and explore so many different countries, meet up with so many different people. So congratulations to you all. You've just taken the first step towards this awesome journey, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much, and over to you, Shobit.
Thank you so much, Aba ma'am, for throwing light upon the scope and what one Toastmaster can really do. I mean, and I know this is the fraternity of the engineers out there, as far as I understand. And believe you me, I'm an engineer as well. And a lot of times what happens, and especially if you're living in the hostels around the college, is the fact that the late evenings and the late nights are all hustle bustle. A lot of activity happens probably around 11 p.m. to around about 2 a.m. in the night. And once you enter the Toastmaster world, you are able to leverage that part of the day as well. Because a lot of times what happens, I am a bit not too sleepy, or I just want to spend some time. I randomly go to a group which has some international meetings going on. And believe me, virtually, I've almost covered quite a bit of the world's different Toastmasters meeting, and I get a glimpse and taste of their culture and the way they are interacting with each other, which is a great learning in itself, because by the time you become somebody where you need to have points of conversations, or have your interactions and interviews, you will have a plethora of knowledge which will give you an edge over the others, because you have interacted with a different set of individuals altogether. With that, I'd like to take the proceedings further, and I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude to a few dignitaries who are present here. I'd like to make mentions of the people of importance and because of whom this has been possible. We express our heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Shailendra Dev, Vice President, SRMS CET, Engineer Subhash Mehra, Director General, SRMS CET and R, Dr. Anuj Kumar, Director, Training Development and Placement, HOD, MBA and MCA, Dr. Batra, Deepak Batra, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Management Studies, SRMS CET. And lastly, a mention to Dr. Prabhakar Gupta, Principal, SRMS CET. Sir, we would like to have a few words from you, a few words of encouragement and wisdom to throw some light upon us and guide us further. If you're present there, would you like to please take the podium and share your experiences with us?
Sir, I'm audible. Good morning. Respected Professor Subhash Mehra, Director General of SRMS, Dr. Shailendra, Vice Principal, SRMS Engineering College, and Dr. Anuj Kumar, Director Training and Placement, faculty members from SRMS, IMS, faculty members from SRMS College of Engineering, Technology and Research from this college, students from the medical college, nursing college, paramedical college, and this college. And basically, the objective of charter this club is basically because we are providing the technical and the professional education for all the students. And until unless we provide the technical education and if the communication skill and the leadership skill is something we observe and the students is little bit missing. So with this objective, the SRMS plus charter this club. And definitely this batch and coming batch, those who are associated with this Toastmasters club, definitely they are benefited and they serve the society in a very better way. And I wish all the very best for all the Toastmasters, those who are joining personally this session and physically those who are joining. And thank you very much for giving this opportunity to share my thoughts to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It's always great to hear, minds like yours and feel educated. Can we put people on mute, please? I can hear some disturbance. Thank you so much, Tech Master. Cool. Okay, great. So, without further ado, let me call to the stage somebody who has been an individual whom even I have looked up to over my short stint of Toastmasters journey. He is somebody, when he usually comes to the podium, he can make you feel various emotions. He has the power to make you feel different emotions in one go. It is my privilege and again, the deepest honor to welcome on stage Ayan Pal, DTM, who will be our facilitator for the workshop around impromptu speaking. So just a quick introduction about him. Ayan Pal is an IBM accredited IT consultant, author, speaker, and educator with a passion for volunteering. He holds bachelor's degree in electronics and communication engineering, again, and another fellow engineer amongst us, and has completed a course in education technology, DSGU, California. A perseverant doer and creative thinker, he loves pursuing excellence as well as guiding individuals and teams to seek their true potential, set smart goals, and achieve them. This three-time distinguished Toastmaster, or rather I'd say four-time, and former district champion of impromptu speaking has played several leadership roles across District 82, 41, and 124. These includes that of club executive committee members more than 53 times, club sponsors, mentor, and club coaches more than 43 times, and being a district officer more than 8 times. He is currently serving as the immediate past district director for District 124. It's our greatest honor to welcome on stage Ayan Pal, DTM. Over to you, Ayan sir.
Thank you so much, Shobhit. Let me start by sharing my screen. Are you able to see my screen properly? Shobit, maybe you can confirm.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Just a moment. Okay, there we have it. All right. Welcome. I'm here to teach you how to master the art of impromptu speaking. I happen to be the immediate past District 124 director and a GIC learning consultant for strategic planning and execution at IBM. But today, it's not about me, but it's about the importance of communication. Let's start off with some brass tacks. Communication, the key to success. Is it or is it not? I'm going to start off with this quote by Dale Carnegie. Even in such technical lines as engineering, about 15% of one's financial success is due to one's technical knowledge, and about 85% is due to skill in human engineering, personality, and the ability to lead people. According to Deloitte Access Economics, two-thirds of all jobs are predicted to be in the soft skill demanding occupations by 2030. And according to Forbes, these skills are more critical than ever as businesses try to discover effective methods to stay profitable and competitive. Moving on, let's look at the most in-demand skills as per LinkedIn that was published in 2024. The first is, no surprises for guessing, communication. The second, customer service. The third, leadership. The fourth, project management. The fifth, management, and so on and so forth. With the top skill of the moment, adaptability, which is the ability to adapt to new and unforeseen situations and circumstances. We all know communication is important. But then, how important is impromptu speaking? And what are the benefits of impromptu speaking? We are going to find out. Now, I obviously can't see all of you, but all of you can see each other. How? Well, you can see whether all of you are doing this. So I'm going to tell you what I feel are some of the benefits of impromptu speaking, which is speaking off the cuff, speaking on the spot, speaking without preparation. And you can give me a thumbs up if you agree. Okay, and our dearest division director, you can tell me how many people are raising their hands because I'm sharing my screen and I cannot see the video feed. Shobhit, would that be possible for you?
I can do that, distribution.
Asankhya. Okay, wonderful. Asankhya is going to do that. And thank you, Asankhya, for actually going to Bareilly and distributing burfis. And now we are here. So let's not be like the character Burfi, but let's try and showcase through a little bit of a body language what we can. So impromptu speaking can, number one, improve your oral expression of thought. How you speak orally, how you express yourself orally can be improved by impromptu speaking. How many of you agree? Give me a thumbs up. Asankhya?
We have 20% of the audience raising there.
Okay. So the others who do not agree. So why do you think oral expression cannot be improved by impromptu speaking? Anyone would like to say anything? Or you just don't want to react? You're still confused. Or are they like raising their hands now?
They raised their hand earlier.
They raised their hand earlier. All right. So I think maybe it's a group that is changing. All right. Impromptu speaking can help develop your confidence in public speaking. How many of you agree that impromptu speaking can make you more confident in public? Give me a thumbs up.
Almost everyone.
Almost everyone. Very good. How many of you think that impromptu speaking can help you think quickly on your feet because you're speaking impromptu all the time? You are able to think quickly on the spot. How many of you agree that impromptu speaking can indeed do that? Can I have some thumbs ups? Asankhya.
Yes, almost everyone is raising their hand.
Very good. And now for the controversial one. Help you develop leadership and communication skills. Now, leadership skills. How? Communication skills, I understand because impromptu speaking is speaking, you're communicating. But how can it make you a better leader? Does anyone have any thoughts on this? Would anyone like to share anything? Okay, I'll make it simple. Who is a leader? If I say a sentence like a leader is someone who has dash, okay, one word, what would that one word be? A leader is someone who has what? What is that one word? Can I have some responses from the class, please? You can raise your hand, maybe, and then we can call you to come and say something. Now, this is a difficult part of interacting in this moment because I obviously can't hear you through telepathy. I think that works for some people, but not for me. So how can you become a better leader? Who is a leader? A leader is someone who has dash. What is that one word? Anyone? No one.
Yeah, you can come up on the stage, ma'am. First, yeah.
Wonderful. May I have you tell me what is your name, please? I can't hear very well, but can you repeat that a little louder? Okay, Asankhya, you have to help me here by doing some lip reading because I can't hear that.
Sure. Yes. Amisha, can you hear us now?
Yes,
Okay,
my name is Amisha Bhatt.
wonderful.
I
So give me that one word. A leader is someone who has,
have a good listening.
A good listening skill, if I got you correctly, right?
that's three words, one word. A leader is someone who has. Okay, try everyone in the room very quickly. Walk up to the microphone and try your luck. What's that one word? Come on, you can be a
That
leader
one
too.
word would be confidence.
Okay, I can't
Can
hear
you repeat?
that as well.
Can you repeat,
That,
Amisha?
that one word would be confidence.
Confidence. Is she saying confidence?
Yes,
Okay, I think she's saying confidence. Thank you, Amisha. Thank you so much. Anyone else? Any other word? A leader is someone who has.
Yes, he's the person at the back. You can come. Yeah.
Decision maker.
I so wish I was actually in Bareilly doing this session face to face. Maybe sometime soon. Maybe sometime
Can
soon.
you come again?
Good decision maker.
A leader is someone who has dash.
Good decision
Okay.
maker.
Okay. I'm just gonna give you the answer. Okay. The clue is Twitter, which is now called X. A leader is someone who has dash. What? What do people on Twitter have? What do people on X have? Starts with F. Followers. How many of you have seen the movie Sholay? You know, there was this iconic scene in which the jailer asked Rani, right? Uh, the jailer was like, "Aadhe mere, aadhe daye jao, aadhe baye jao, baki mere piche aao." And there was no one, right? No one following except Amitabh Bachchan and Dharmendra. You remember that scene in the movie Sholay? The more important thing is, I'm not talking about who is a good leader or who is a bad leader. If no one is following you, how are you a leader? A leader is someone who has followers. Okay. Now, of course, there are different kinds of leaders. You can have a lot of followers and still be a horrible leader. Let's not even take historical examples here. And you can also be very popular and people may hate you and still they may troll you and still you might have a lot of leaders. For example, think about there's this very famous singer, famous for the wrong reasons, who sings songs like "मैंने selfie ले ली आज सर पे मेरे रख दी ताज." Who am I talking about? Asankhya, you want to tell them?
I think
Or
there
are
is this
they're out?
YouTube follower.
Yeah, the
There is
YouTube
someone there
person.
on the podium. If you might want to,
Yeah,
yeah,
so we don't
Yeah,
want
so
that kind of leader. We don't want you to become that kind of leader and get the wrong kind of followers who are just gonna there to just follow you and make fun of you. But impromptu speaking can help you develop leadership as well as communication. Excuse me. Sorry. Uh, sorry, I have a cold. Can help you develop leadership as well as communication skills. And I'm going to give you an example. Okay. Think about the kind of people you go to for consultation. The commonest example is a doctor. Who do you follow? Do you follow your doctor's advice? Of course, you follow your doctor's advice. Now imagine going to a doctor and saying, "Doctor, I have a cold. Oh, my body, I think I've got a fever and oh, I've got a horrible headache and my eyes are watery." And the doctor says, "Alexa, what are these symptoms?" Will you trust that doctor? I wouldn't. I would need the doctor to be able to tell me something on the spot. All right. Now, since when have you had this? What was the last time you had that? Have you taken any medicine, etc.? Do probing questions. Otherwise, I will not trust that person, right? So that's impromptu speaking. To become an expert, you have to know impromptu speaking. Or imagine you're in the army and you're the army officer. Okay, I'm not telling you what officer you are, and the army cadet comes up to you and says, "Sir, there is a problem, sir. We are being attacked, sir." And that army officer says, "All right, the alumni of war, go to page 1674. What to do when you're being attacked?" Boom, end of it. Everyone is dead. So you see, impromptu speaking is the ability to find out what you need to do at that very moment. And that is how you become a better leader. And when you do these things that we are going to teach you today, that we are going to tell you about today, you will not just become a better communicator, you will also become a better leader. So let's get started by understanding what stops us from doing that. Okay? Impromptu speaking, what can go wrong? So, by the way, every picture in this presentation is there for a reason. So, what is this picture trying to say? In my head, it's like the gears are not working. They're like, oh, what's going wrong? They're not working. Like, oh my God, what am I going to do? That's not inspired by Manoj Kumar, let me tell you. That is just someone who is very confused and goes like, oh my God, what do I do? So impromptu speaking, what can go wrong? What do you think can go wrong? What has gone wrong for some of you? Can you give me some examples? Anyone? You might want to come up here. Amisha has already spoken. Thank you, Amisha. You or any of them, you can just come up and tell us what are the things that go wrong. What are the challenges you face when it comes to impromptu speaking? And I'll try to cover them. Because if I do not know what are your challenges, it gets very difficult to help you become better, right? So what can go wrong, people? Asanki, is anyone coming up to the podium?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Okay, let me stop sharing so that I can see what they are doing. Yes,
Okay, good
hello,
morning, sir.
what's your name?
So my name is Deepak Gamba.
Wonderful. So please tell us, what do you think? What are some of the barriers?
I think according to the relation, it's about the mixing of thoughts, the thought process which we are in while speaking, any stage where we have to speak something without any preparation.
Very good, very good.
So
So
it's
there's not
about
much progression. You have jumbled thoughts, but why? Why do you think your thoughts are not in sync? Why do you think you have jumbled thoughts? What could be the reason for that? Deepak, right? You said your name was?
yes, sir, Deepak.
तो
So
दीपक
I
मतलब
think
दिया
it's almost
अच्छा सिंपल मैं आपका नाम से एग्जांपल ले रहा हूँ दिया बुझने क्यों वाला है क्या चल रहा है वो हवा क्या है मतलब क्या चल रहा है why are you having those jumbled thoughts Deepak tell me what do you think what is your challenge
because of the lack of the view.
okay maybe there is something that you lack maybe you don't know enough on the topic very good can we have a round of applause for Deepak as well as for the previous person. I think Amisha, right? Her name was. Well done, Deepak. Thank you. Anyone else would like to say why you're tensed or why you're confused? Deepak, you can take your seat and we will call you later. You can sit down now. Anyone else? Why are you confused? Why are you tense? What goes wrong? Yes, please.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
My name is Riya Agarwal. Riya
Miss
Agarwal.
Agarwal, Dia Agarwal. Okay. Yeah,
Riya, Riya.
wonderful. Yeah, tell us.
Then according to me, sometimes what we want to deliver, we don't actually get the proper words for that sentence or
Okay, Ria. So you don't get the proper words. मतलब दिमाग में नहीं आता है कि बोलना क्या है शब्द ही नहीं मिलते हैं करेक्ट है ना you don't get the proper words. Very good. Can we have a round of applause for Ria? Who else? Any other problem? Just tell us your challenges. If you're all good and those who are not coming up with their challenges, I'll just call you to speak impromptu. Okay? Amazing. How fun will that be? I don't know. But let me again start sharing my screen and take you through what have been said to be some of the biggest challenges. Now, please understand, it could actually be a very logical fear. It's called glossophobia, the fear of public speaking, which is based on many countries surveyed, the number one fear in the world. In fact, the number two fear being death, you would rather be in the casket than delivering that eulogy, though I don't want any of you to be dead. Okay. So, impromptu speaking, what can go wrong? Okay. So, let me start with some of the barriers of impromptu speaking. And all of you can tell me if you have ever faced any of these difficulties. Okay. Asankhya, it's time for you to find out. Just raise your hands or give me a thumbs up if you have faced any of these difficulties so that I understand कि क्या चल रहा है ना? So the first one, self-consciousness. You're very conscious. Self-consciousness in front of large groups is probably the most frequently named reason people feel performance anxiety while speaking impromptu. In a better word, people think like this. And this one, the next one, fear. You may fear that you look afraid even if you are not actually afraid. Then you may make a leap of illogic and tell yourself that once the audience notices your nervousness, everyone will realize you don't really know your topic. In other words, कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे. लोगों का काम है कहना. ना है वो तुम्हारा भाई, ना तुम्हारा बहना, है ना? सो कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, you're like, oh my god, what will they think? मुझे देख के ही लगेगा मुझे कुछ आता ही नहीं है, I'm so tense. ऐसा होता है ना? कितने लोगों के साथ ऐसा हो चुका है कभी ना कभी? Raise your hands. Asanka, you can tell me how many people are raising their hands because I obviously can't see them.
Almost everyone.
यार सी सबको होता है यार. डर डर के आगे क्या है? जीत या फिर माउंटेन ड्यू या जो भी है वो देख लेंगे. ठीक है, चलो नेक्स्ट देखते हैं क्या है. पास्ट फेलियर्स. और फिर क्या होता है? पब्लिक स्पीकिंग एंजाइटी इज ऑफन अ लर्नड बिहेवियर. मतलब आपने कभी कुछ तो किया था स्टेज में जहां पे उतना आप खड़े नहीं उतरे अपने हिसाब से. यू फेल्ड एट सम पॉइंट इन एन इम्पोर्टेंट हाई स्पीकिंग situation, high profile speaking situation, and the seed of doubt was planted. And next is discomfort. Self consciousness increases and soars when you're fearful about speaking in public, and along with that comes extreme body self awareness. बहुत uncomfortable हो जाते हो. पहले आपने ट्राई किया था, नहीं किया था, वो भी दिमाग में है. आपका डर मतलब बैठ गया है. कितने लोगों के साथ ये हो चुका है? Raise your hands again. Past failures or discomfort. हुआ है किसी के साथ?
Almost everyone. Yeah.
ऑलमोस्ट एवरीवन. देखो यार, पता चल गया यार क्या चल रहा है यहाँ पे. सबके साथ हो चुका है. तो अभी ये ऐसा मैं कुछ चीज बोलने वाला हूँ. I'm going to share something with you which you probably are not aware of, which is the main reason all these things are happening. Would you like to know what that is? Come on, I need all of you to respond. Yeah, would you like to know what that is? What's that fifth barrier to impromptu speaking, which can actually give us a clue as to how to overcome all the other barriers? I need you to raise your hand. Say, हाँ मुझे जानना है. ये तो मुझे जानना है आज. How many of them are raising their hands, Asankhya?
Everyone.
Otherwise, everyone. चलो कोई बात नहीं, अभी पता करते हैं क्या होता है. So now for the fifth and final, poor breathing. भाई ये क्या है? What is poor breathing? Public speaking, do you know, requires a larger reservoir of air, for instance, than breathing for life. जैसे हम normally सांस लेते हैं ना, नॉर्मल है. पर जब बोलते हो या सब आप गाना गाते हो तो आपको सांस में बहुत कंट्रोल चाहिए. पब्लिक स्पीकिंग भी करते हो तब भी सांस में बहुत कंट्रोल चाहिए. योर एक्सलेशन, दैट इज how you exhale, needs to be more controlled so that you can sustain vocalized sound to the end of phrases where the most important words usually reside. नहीं तो बात करते करते दम निकल जाएगा. It's very simple. You need to know when to breathe. Now, I'm not expecting you to immediately understand this, but I'm going to take an example of singing. Okay, say for example, Himesh Reshamia. When he sings, he has a nasal voice. So he sings Ashik Banaya, like that he sings, right? And you can see that he moves his mic because you don't want to hear his nose thingy, right? And you don't want people to sing like Ashik Banaya, Ashik Banaya. ऐसे कौन बोलता है यार? मतलब no one, I'm sure. So how do you control your poor breathing, and why do you need to control your poor breathing? Now, of course, I'm not expecting you to become a Baba Ramdev in one day and just go and do some Kapal Bhati or something. But when you want to control your breathing, you just need to breathe in and breathe out. You can do that later. You don't have to do that now. But why do you need to do this breathing and breathe out? Now, do you know biologically when you're tense, what your body does? When you're nervous, what your body does? You're like, hands are shaking and your throat feels dry and you're like, oh my God, your heartbeats increase, right? You're like, okay, I have to be on stage. Oh God, I'm feeling so nervous. And you're like, fingers are moving, you're like touching your hands, etc. Your feet is like bubbling up and down, you're being jumpy. But do you know biologically what happens when you're excited? Exact same thing. Your throat is dry, like, okay, the match is about to start. Oh, last ball, last ball in the over. Oh my God. Come on, India, you can do it. Your hands are shaking. Everything is similar. So biologically, the chemicals in your body that are released, irrespective of whether you're tensed or you're excited, is exactly the same. You just have to make your mind understand, I'm not tensed, I'm excited, I can do this. And breathing helps you take care of all of that. Because when you're breathing, you're not conscious about yourself. You don't have self-consciousness. You're conscious about your surroundings and everything vanishes. You have no fear because you are grounded at that moment. It's like an anchor. जैसे जहाज से anchor जाता है वैसे. असंख्य anchor को वैसे क्या कहते हैं हिंदी में? जो anchor फेंकते हैं ना हम जहाज से. So that, हाँ? Anchor ही
I
कहते होंगे. या जो भी
yes.
है. Okay. So you're anchored, you're not afraid because you're like more confident, man. Past failure, आप भूल चुके हो past में क्या है because you're in the moment. You're not thinking about what has happened and you're not uncomfortable because you have control. You have regained control of your body. So one of the best things that you can do is breathe properly. So before you try impromptu speaking, breathe in and breathe out and you will be in that moment. And that, ladies and gentlemen, can help you take care of the initial part. But of course, impromptu speaking is not just breathing. There are many things that you have to do. This, of course, removes of your initial nervousness. And now we are going to talk about how it works. What happens for which those jumbled thoughts in your mind comes up as bright light bulbs? Hota kya hai? Or kaise karna hai? How do we do that? So that is something I'm going to try to tell you. If you tell me what is the first thing you do to be able to speak impromptu. I repeat, what is the first thing you do to be able to speak impromptu? Again, one word. Think. What's the first thing you have to do to be able to speak impromptu? क्या करना है? सोचो, सोचो. Think. Tell me. What is the first thing? You can raise your hands and come up to the podium. Any of you, any of you. Come, try it out. See, at the worst, you will give me an answer that is not right, right? But at least you would have thought of something. What is the first thing you have to do to be able to speak impromptu? Yes, please come forward. Yeah, tell us. What's your name? Yes, go on.
We have to understand what we are speaking about. That's the
What is that one word? The first thing you have to do to speak impromptu is this. What is that one word? Okay. Asankhya, can you put it in the chat if you can hear because I can't make out.
Amisha, can you come again? Maybe closer to the speaker. So actually, the voice is echoing because it's going through the speaker, and that's why we are not clearly able to hear you at times.
हाँ, मतलब I'm sure.
understand.
Understand. Does she say understand? Is that what you're saying, Amisha? Understand?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
interesting. Anyone else? Anyone else? The first thing you have to do, you mean understand the topic, right, Amisha? That's what you meant, right? No, उससे पहले भी कुछ होता है. Understand से पहले कुछ होता है. क्या होता है? Come on, yes. Girl power. Go on, try it out.
Then what I feel is we have to relax our mind and then
Very good. And then relax your mind and then, so the first thing to do to speak impromptu is relax. Your one word is relax, right? Amisha's one word is understand. What's your name, please? Tanisha.
Anushka.
Anushka. Anushka. Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much, Anushka. Anyone else? Yes, please. Please come forward. Both of you in the left and right, both of you can come one after another. Yes.
We should know our audience in front of whom we are speaking.
You should not look at the audience, is what
Know
you're saying?
our audience. Know our
You should
audience.
know your audience. Know your audience. That one word for you is audience. Okay. Interesting. Very good. What was your name? जाने से पहले अपना नाम बता दीजिए.
Siddhi Gupta.
Okay, that's a slightly longer name. I couldn't understand. Is it
Siddhi. Siddhi.
Siddhi? Okay, Siddhi. Wonderful. Thank you, Siddhi. I hope there is a lot of Riddhi and Siddhi in your life. All right. What is your name, ma'am?
Sorry, my name is Chehka.
Okay.
Sir,
And
according to me, that one word would be Shelobidi and self-pay.
what is that one word? Asankhya, did you get the word? Serendipity.
Shelobidi
Shallow breathing.
and self-pay.
No, actually, none of you have given the answer, and now I'm going to come to it and catch all of you. Okay, no, I'm just joking. See, all of them are important. Everything that you're saying, all of them are important. And thank you so much for giving that answer, Miss Agarwal. And now I'm going to tell you what is the most and the first thing you need to do. Okay, I'm sharing my screen once again. The first thing you need to do, and now you can tell me whether you agree or not, is this. Can you see? It's listen. Can you speak on a topic if you don't listen to the topic? You will understand only if you listen to the topic, right? Yes, you have all your audience. Your audience is all your college students. But if you don't listen to the topic, what will you tell your college students? The first and most important thing that you have to do is listen. Okay? A good response is dependent on an attentive attitude, and careful listening can provide a key part of your response. If you agree, your reply will reflect your attention by reinforcing the other person's words. If you disagree, you can tactfully amend or correct the original statement. And you can also sharpen your powers of concentration to become an effective speaker. Don't interject your own ideas before the other person has finished. Instead, focus on what is being said. मतलब जो बोला जा रहा है, उसको ध्यान से सुनो. हमारे यहाँ पे table topic impromptu speaking होता है, where the topic is given to you in a particular way. Asankhya, if you are okay, can we just try once? Give them a topic and see how they are listening.
Sure.
Yeah, wonderful. I know it's taking some time, but any of you would like to speak on an impromptu topic, you all have to listen to the topic. You have to show that you know how to listen. Anyone. जो लगता है मेरा listening skill अच्छा है, मैं तो ध्यान से सुनता हूँ, जो भी teachers, professors बोलते हैं. Sorry, anyone? Yes, please. Very good. All right, and I would need someone to help me in the chat. Does one of you have access to the chat also here? Do they have, Asankhya? Can they see what's mentioned
Yes.
there on the chat?
I'll just check the people.
Yeah. Okay, can you just put your name in the chat? Because I need to be 100% sure I'm not getting it wrong. Sorry, actually I've got such a bad cold here. Sorry. All right, can you try giving your name once again?
Hi, this is Dr. Himanshi.
Okay.
It's
No, it's
Dr.
not very clear.
Himanshi Khandelwal.
Dr. Himanshi, right? Okay, wonderful. So Dr. Himanshi, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say it like that, like speaker one, name of the speaker, topic, name of the speaker, speaker one. Okay. I'm also going to type it in the chat for others, but you can see the chat or can you hear me loud and clear? Wonderful, wonderful. Speaker one, Dr. Himanshi. Where there is a will, there are relatives. Where there is a will, there are relatives. Dr. Himanshi, speaker number one. You can now speak on the topic, Dr. Himanshi.
Where there is no will, obviously nothing comes in hand. Nothing comes very easy. Before anything you want to get, you want to achieve in life, you have to have a thought about it. And when there is thought, obviously there are negative opinions to it. So you have to have that confidence in you, and that is what will is about. Will to believe that you can do it, you can make it, is very important. The first belief on yourself is very important, and then the rest follows. So if you make the will, if you have that thought, then definitely you'll be able to make your own will.
Okay, can we have a round of applause for Dr. Himangshi? Please be there. All right, so this is exactly what I was talking about. So, Dr. Himangshi, you must have heard about the quote, where there is a will, there is a way, right? Did you think about the quote when I gave you this topic? Yes. So this is exactly what happens when you're trying to listen. The topic is actually where there is a will, there are relatives. Matlab, when someone dies, they leave behind a will, and the relatives are trying to get the property. So where there is a will, there are relatives. But because we interject our thoughts, we know that topic very well. Where there is a will, there is a way. So we interject our thoughts and we think, oh, this is the topic. Is that something that happened to you as well as everyone else? It's a psychology. This is what happens to everyone. How many of you students thought the same thing? Where there is a will, there is a way. Raise your hands, be honest. See, exactly my point. Dr. Himanshi, thank you so much for demonstrating it so well. Can we have a round of applause for Dr. Himanshi? You can now take your seat. Thank you so much. So now I'm going to share my screen again. So this is exactly why listening is very important. Do not interject your thoughts. And when a topic is given to you, the first time you just listen to the topic. Second time, what do you do? So how many times can you listen to a topic when it's given to you like this? Dr. Himangshi, where there is a will, there are relatives. Where there is a will, there are relatives. Dr. Himangshi, etc. How many of you think you can listen to the topic 2 times? Raise your hands. Asankhya, tell me how many are raising their hands. How many of you think you can listen to the topic 2 times? Raise your hands. Asankhya?
50%.
Sorry?
50% of the audience.
Yeah. Answer is that is not correct. You only listen to the topic once, and the second time you confirm the topic and agree or disagree to it. Okay, so that's very, very important. We have one mouth, but 2 ears. So you have to listen twice as much as you speak. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell you today. So Asankhya, I've done one topic as I promised, and I'm going to go out to the next one. Watch out and pause. This is the second tip. Watch out for audience response. I think one of the students today very effectively said कि हमें जानना है कि audience में क्या चल रहा है. Watch out for audience response. Are they seeming confused? Are they like, ये क्या बोल रहा है? Then you would know that you're somewhere not on the right track. And pausing before you speak allows you to refresh your thoughts and formulate an answer. Very important to pause. पहले मतलब सोच के बात करो. There is a saying, fools rush in where angels fear to tread. मतलब ऐसे बड़ करके मत बोलो. सोचो, अच्छे से सोच के speak. Also, use spot to add drama, allow the audience to absorb your message or give them the opportunity to respond to humor. In fact, where you pause changes the sentence exactly. For example, if I say, woman, without them men are nothing, versus women, without them men are nothing, the meaning changes. Or if I say something very simple like, let's eat grandma, versus let's eat grandma, means you're like the big bad wolf who's about to eat the grandma. So where you pause is changing the meaning of the sentence. Okay, so know when to pause, when not to pause. Pause before add drama. Pause before the punchline of a joke. So watch out and pause. I will then come to the next point. A silent pause is preferable to using verbal placeholders. You will learn this in a Toastmasters meeting. What are verbal placeholders? Now, if I have to explain what are verbal placeholders, like for example, when we are trying to think and uh, okay, wait, we are not getting the right words, and we are like, you know, at a loss for words, and we don't know what to say. Just like I was doing right now, I was using crutch words like like, so, basically, etc., etc. Instead of that, if you're not getting the right words, just pause. You know what? It's okay. Instead of saying, you know what, it's okay. Instead of that, if you say, you know what, it's okay. It's better because you're pausing instead of using all those verbal placeholders. So please understand, do not use crutch words, do not use verbal placeholders. It will help you speak more confidently. The third tip, tell. For the sake of the good Lord, just speak on the topic. Be enthusiastic, but stay focused and stick to the essentials. Don't give in the urge to analyze every aspect of the topic. Understand what the topic is trying to talk about. Don't analyze every aspect of the topic. Once, when I was actually participating in a contest, I got a topic which went something like this: it is better to sweat in peace than to bleed at war. Now, I am not supposed to speak about sweating. Sweating is good, bad, I should use deo. No, that's not the topic. The topic is, it is better to practice and prepare than to regret and repair. Or success is sweet, but its secret is sweat. That is actually the topic. So try to understand what the topic is. The topic is not about whether you should sweat or not, or whether sweating is good for you, or whether war is better or peace is better. So don't give in to the urge to analyze every aspect of the topic. And then tip 4, bus, end. Once you have said what you have said, do not belabor the point. Don't go round and round and round talking about it all the time. Bring your comments to a close. Emphasize your main points. Smile. It always helps. Make eye contact with your listener if possible. And that's it. But please understand, do it in the right way. Don't smile at the wrong places. Like, don't smile and say, you know what, my mother-in-law passed away day before yesterday. Of course, if you're happy about it, I mean, I hope you're not, because your wife is going to kill you. Don't smile. Don't smile at the wrong places. Don't make eye contact that is uncomfortable. Hello, how are you? I really hope you're feeling comfortable. How have you been? They'll think you're creepy. They're going to run away. So end, but do not unnecessarily do all of these things. And that is how you will be able to face impromptu speaking. Okay. And now, how do you race in impromptu speaking? First, of course, face. I told you what are the fears, you have taken care. Then you can race ahead by following all of these. But how do you ace? Do you become the best impromptu speaker that day? The answer is very simple. You have to analyze the difficulty level of the topic. What's the first bulb? The bulb is not glowing. It's very, very difficult. The second one, it's like, yeah, it's okay. It's not a very difficult topic. You understand some part, and some part is tough. And the third one is, it's a very, very easy topic. Anyone can speak on the topic. Okay. These are the 3 kinds of topics. Do you understand the 3 kind of topics? Simple, medium, complex. Okay. First is complex, then is medium, and third is simple. So let me tell you, how do you speak on a complex topic जहाँ पे आपको कुछ नहीं आता है, ठीक है? So let's say challenge accepted. So I am someone who only knows one topic, which is cow. This cow that you see, I only know about cow. I know nothing else. I can only speak on one topic. Okay. I know nothing else, no other topic. So I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to say challenge accepted. Give me a difficult topic. Give me a topic that has nothing to do with a cow. And I will still speak about a cow and show you that even if you know nothing, you can still, and if you have only prepared one topic, you can still speak on that topic. Not advisable, of course, but even if you know nothing, you can still speak about a topic. So someone can give me a topic, or someone in the digital stage can give me a topic, and you can put it in the chat, because I can't hear very well what they are saying. I don't want to get the topic wrong. So let's
Anyone
take a
from
challenge.
anyone
Topic,
from the
please.
stage, if you might want to give a topic to Toastmaster Ayan, you can come up on the podium, share a topic that might not be even related to cow. He will
It
speak
should
about
not
cow.
be, of course. Yeah, it
It
should
should
be
not be
something very
related to cow.
difficult.
Something
Yeah,
very different to cow.
challenge me. Give me
Can,
something that has nothing to do with a cow. Correct, Asankhya. Go on.
yes. Anyone can come up on the stage. Yeah.
Wonderful.
My name is Ayan. So,
I can't hear you. So Asankhya, you have to type the topic in the chat. And sir, you can confirm whether that is indeed your topic. Okay.
so the topic I would like to give is King of Hearts.
King of Hearts, if I got you correctly, sir.
Yeah.
King of Hearts, Toastmaster Ayan. Toastmaster Ayan, King of Hearts. Thank you so much, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in India, do you know who is truly the king of hearts in India? That one animal that everyone loves? Holy cow, it's a cow. And why not? A cow which has 4 legs, gives milk and eats grass is everywhere. Most Indians worship and the cow and hold a special place in their heart for a cow. Right here, right now. In fact, what part of the cow is not useful? The cow, even the shit of a cow, which is called cow dung, can be used to make your homes cleaner. In a lot of places and a lot of villages in India, people use cow dung to purify. In fact, a lot of people believe that the urine of a cow is also very useful. And I'm not getting into whether it is useful or not, but they love the cow. They love taking care of the cow. There are so many people who believe that if they feed a stray cow in the morning, their karma would be better. So there is absolutely no doubt that when it comes to that one king that reigns in our heart, it is that cow that you can find everywhere in India, roaming around peacefully, not harming anyone. And if you have a heart, and if you're not heartless, somewhere in your heart and in your mind must reign supreme the most important animal in India, which is a cow. So that was very easy. See, I could easily just twist around your topic and say cow. Give me a topic which makes it impossible for me to bring in a cow. Okay, because I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to say a cow has 4 legs, eats grass, gives milk. Anyone, any topic, impossible to speak about a cow.
Anyone else can come up?
And of course,
Yeah.
a king of heart is not a difficult topic anyway, because you can just say who is the king of our hearts and you can say anything. So give me a very difficult topic. What is your name, please?
My name is Chandravel.
Yeah. Can you proceed with the topic?
Hard work always not lead to success.
Sorry.
Hard work always not lead to success.
Hard work always not does not always lead to success, if I got you correctly, right?
Yeah.
Hard work.
Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who believe that it is hard work that leads to success, well, welcome to reality. I'm going to give you an example of an animal which is absolutely successful in everything that it does and is responsible for the success of most people around it. A cow. What does a cow do? It does basically nothing. It just lazes around and chews curd. But you know what happens because it chews curds? Its smart work of basically doing nothing and just lazing around and eating grass or hay for that matter leads to success of people around it. For example, it gives milk, which is consumed by millions of people around the world. It just gives milk and it doesn't have to do any hard work for giving milk because it just produces it every day. And the people around it is successful. Even when the cow does nothing and shits, that cow manure can lead to success because it can lead to so many different products that help create energy and can be used as fuel. Even when the cow dies and it has ended its life, the cow's hide is used as leather, which is used by so many successful businesses. So, irrespective of whether a cow is living or dead, it is always successful. But when was the last time you saw a cow work hard for all the other success? At least I have never seen. Because a cow which has 4 legs, eats grass, and gives milk teaches us that success is not about hard work, but about smart work. You have to work smart, you have to do your thing, and success will follow. So you see, even if you get a difficult topic, though this is not a difficult topic, I think, and if you know nothing, you can still talk about it. So what you should do is you should just prepare some topics on something, go through the newspapers, read the editorial section of newspapers, find out what people are saying about various topics, and you will have some understanding. Of course, you should not speak about a cow. You can speak about any topic. And even if it's a very difficult topic you don't know about, you have no excuse now because you can relate to something that you already know. So that was a demonstration for the same reason. Asankhya, you have raised your hand. What would you like to
Uh,
speak about?
Toastmaster Ayan, we had a couple of participants in the audience who gave you a topic. Shall I give you one topic?
Yes, of course. I would love that. Make it difficult, please.
Distinguished Toastmaster Ayan, how old is the universe? How old is the universe? Toastmaster Ayan.
Ladies and gentlemen, if someone asks you about the age of the universe, you should fly into a rage and you should remind them about our greatest sage, which told us the universe is nothing but the Milky Way, right, Asankhya? And you know what the Milky Way means? The Milky Way is nothing but a path that is formed, as for the Vedic texts, from The divine cow. Yes, the divine cow that has 4 legs, eats grass and gives milk, is the origin of the Milky Way. And who are we to ask how old a cow is? Have you not heard you should never ask a woman their age? And by that same logic, a cow is a woman, is a female, creating milk and creating the Milky Way. And who are you to ask that cow how old that Milky Way is? So fly into a rage and tell them I refuse to answer that question because I do not believe in asking a woman her age and a gentleman his salary. So I will not tell you how old the universe is, but I would like to remind you that the universe or the Milky Way stems from the cow, which is eternal, and we can never say how old the cow is. Wouldn't you agree, dearest Asankhya?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. So it doesn't matter what you ask, you can just twist it around and take it to a cow. So now remember that's one of the topics. The second kind of topic is a medium topic where you know something and you don't know something. Okay. And can you give me an example of a topic which is like a medium, you know a little and you don't know? Like, the topic I gave um to at the very beginning, where there is a will, there is a relative. Like, there is a topic called where there is a will, there is a way, but this is slightly more difficult. Not the easiest of topics. So when you get a topic like that, you have to think differently. You have to come up with pop culture references which are different. For example, today, if I ask you to tell me one person who is successful in the film industry despite nepotism, or in politics despite nepotism, means someone who's not from the film industry, not from a political fraternity, who will you talk about? Who is successful despite nepotism?
Shahrukh Khan.
Raise your hands, just say it, come here, say the name.
Yeah, Amisha, you can come up on the stage. Yeah.
Yeah, Amisha, come. Who?
It's not one, sir.
Okay, I have no idea.
Late Irfan Khan, sir. He's the
Irfan
actor.
Khan. Irfan
Irfan
Khan, right?
Khan. Irfan Khan? Yeah, is that Irfan Khan? Okay, very good. Very, very good example. Yes. Anyone else? Can you tell me about a sports person, someone who is successful despite a lot of challenges that were faced? A sports person is very successful despite challenges that were faced. Anyone? Come on, the boys, what are you doing? No sports, no one follows sports. Shame, shame. Yes, come, come. The boys, girls, anyone can come. Yes, yes, come, come. Yes, sir.
Goswami,
Who, what?
Arnab Goswami,
Arnab Goswami.
I'm talking about sports person.
sports person. Okay, we heard sports.
Yeah. Anything, your choice.
Sports person Sachin Tendulkar.
Who is successful after having faced a lot of obstacles in life?
Sachin Tendulkar.
Sachin Tendulkar. Very good. Right. Very nice answer. Very good. Anyone else? Sports person. Raise your hands. Yes, quickly, quickly. Raise your hands. Come fast. Yes.
MS Dhoni.
MS Dhoni. Very good. Quickly, quickly. Come. Raise your hands. Next person. Yes. Yes. Come quickly. Come quickly. Yeah.
Rinku Singh.
Rinku Singh.
Rinku Singh. Okay. Very good. Very good. Uh, now all of you are. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So Marion.
Mary Kom.
Mary Kom. Okay. What's your name?
So Deepak.
Deepak, yes, Deepak. Can I have a round of applause for Deepak? Exactly my point. When all the people are thinking about a Sachin Tendulkar and an MS Dhoni, you're thinking about a Mary Kom. Go back. And that is what we have to be. We have to come up with unusual answers. Mary Kom is far more better example of success. Mary Kom is a woman. She is a mother. She had to actually carry gas cylinders to work. Okay, even Rinku Singh's father, for example, he also carries gas cylinders. Rinku Singh could also be a very good example. And Mary Kom became a 7-time world boxing championship. When the world has written her off, she also is an Olympian. So that example is not the first idea that will come to your mind. Mary Kom will not be the first idea. So when everyone else is talking about a Sachin Tendulkar and an MS Dhoni, if you talk about a Mary Kom, it is a different example. Okay. So please understand pop culture references that you give have to be unusual. Why Rinku Singh? Why is Rinku Singh an unusual example? Because Rinku Singh is an unusual example. Not everyone will think about Rinku Singh. Okay, that's why it's an unusual example. So now your examples can be so unusual that half the people don't know. Like if you were to talk about an international footballer, would everyone know football? They might not know. So cannot be. Yes, you have raised your hands. Yes, yes. Please come forward. Yes, please come forward. Yes, excellent. Sunil Chetri, so many obstacles. He is the third highest goal scorer. So if you give these stories, yes, you can go back. You have to come up with justifications and come up with unusual examples. So when you are getting a topic which is slightly difficult and slightly hard, it's for you to decide, come up with unusual examples. Can you give me more examples of people who are successful despite nepotism? Irfan Khan, great example. Who else? Don't mention a Sushant Singh Rajput. Don't mention a Kangana Ranaut because most people will probably think of them, right? So think of names which are slightly unusual. Think about stories that are slightly unusual. Find out, read about these people so that you can give very different examples. Because आपको अलग अलग होना है ना, थोड़ा अलग से दिखाना है. Third, very easy topic. मतलब everyone will say the same thing. ऐसा कोई topic है जो बहुत easy है, तो उसको ना आपको मतलब एकदम बाउंड्री के बाहर छक्का मारना है, जैसे सचिन सर करते हैं. वैसे just to give an example, if you feel Sachin is the best example, as sir said, talk about Sachin, but give unusual examples of Sachin. Okay, like don't talk about Sachin as a cricketer. Talk about maybe Sachin as a father. That even Sachin sometimes finds it, just like most fathers, finds it difficult to get his son to listen to him, which is so true. I have seen one Sachin in the field trying to explain his son, he's least bothered. Okay, so like all fathers, Sachin also finds it difficult to get across to his son. Well, maybe you can talk about Sachin and the kind of difficulty he faced because of his voice. People made fun of his voice. He had a very weak voice. So don't take unusual examples of that character if the person is very famous. So give unusual examples. And now the third example is when it's a very easy topic. कोई भी इसमें बोल सकता है, तो आप इसमें अलग कैसे बोलोगे? आप एक अलग angle इसमें कैसे लाओगे? So can you give me a topic which no one will disagree with? सब मानेंगे हाँ ये तो है सच है भाई, ये तो सच है. Any such topic, a scientific fact maybe, that no one can disagree with, and I will disagree and show you. This will come at the highest level. When you have done a lot of impromptu speaking and you really want to win and you want to take things to the next level. So can anyone give me a topic that everyone will agree with? You can all raise your hands, come one after another and just give me the topic to make it fast. Something very easy. कोई भी इसमें बोल सकता है यार इसमें क्या है, तो everyone will agree. ऐसा कोई topic है? Yeah, come. No, not everyone thinks. Nowadays, many people think honesty is not the best policy. How many of you think honesty is the best policy? Raise your hands. Audience में. देखो कोई हाथ ही नहीं उठा रहा है. Or is it frozen? I don't know. असंख्य.
Yes, it's frozen. It's frozen.
क्या think honesty is the best policy करके सब
हाँ.
चले गए. मतलब honesty नहीं है हमें बोलना. देखो कोई agree नहीं करता. आपको सबको agree करना पड़ेगा. Then मैं उस topic में बोलूंगा कि हाँ ये तो सच है. और कोई ऐसा topic है जिसमें सब agree करते हैं. बहुत easy है. बताओ आके बताओ.
So time and tides wait for none.
हाँ, what?
Time and tide waits for none.
Time and tide wait for none. How many of you agree time and tide wait for none? No, most people? Yes, okay. So let's take this topic. Ladies and gentlemen, if you believe time and tide wait for none, let me welcome you to a world of possibilities, to a world where time actually stands still. Those who believe time and tide wait for none are simply thinking of time as that constant which keeps changing every single moment. But is that really true? Is time and time something that waits for none? I would beg to differ because I have been brought up to believe that time is actually a cycle which keeps repeating. History, ladies and gentlemen, keeps repeating. Today, what you are doing as a son, you will see your son do tomorrow when you are a father. And you might think time and tide waits for none, but time actually is waiting to see how we stand the test of time. And the tides, even the tides wait for the right time to come as a tsunami and finish everything. And to be able to get the balance of time, you don't need to be a Doctor Strange who can stop time in an Avengers movie. You just have to watch out and pause and let the time stop. Most of the time, we are running against time and running as per time. Time is running out. Time is running out. Time is not waiting for me. Tide is not waiting for me. High tide, low tide, I have to go. No, just pause and listen to the inside and look inside and think about everything that has happened. Our future is anyway a mystery. But what about our history? What about our past? What is it that we can learn from that by pausing in this race of life and waiting to learn, unlearn, and relearn so that we can master time? And to be able to master time and tide, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need to be Doctor Strange. You need to just watch out for the strange things happening around you, because the universe, which is nothing but a cycle after a cycle after a cycle, is giving us a clue that we must pause, we must still, we must wait and not make us a part of time and be independent of it and look back and learn. Only then will you be able to master time. And to be able to master time, you have to stop running the race, because there is no race. Your competitors are not around you. You are your competitor. And if you want to leave behind a legacy that everyone appreciates, you have to be timeless. Yes, you have to be timeless. And to be timeless, you have to be a thought leader. Give me blood and I'll give you freedom. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose is not there with us, but his words are timeless. Where there is a will, there is a way. Tennyson is not with us, but his words are timeless. A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Shakespeare died 350 years back, but his words are timeless because he paused to smell the rose. So the next time you're running in a race of time, pause, think, look back, enjoy what you're doing, and remember the only time you have is this present, which is the greatest gift. And when you truly appreciate that gift, you will end up doing something that will make you timeless. And you would have by then ensured that both time and tide wait and stops and bows down to your thoughts. And that is how you can be a thought leader in life. Wouldn't you agree, dear students? So I think that's my take on this topic, that time and tide wait for none. And if you really think about it, without answering the topic, I took it in a different angle. But I said it has to be an easy topic. This was not an easy topic, time and tide wait for now. It was very profound, very philosophical. You should give me a topic which is impossible to disagree with. Because it's a thought, right? It's a philosophical thought. I can say no. Give me like a scientific fact or something which is impossible to disagree with, and I'll still disagree. Does anyone have any such scientific fact, or maybe Asankhya?
Yeah, Amisha has raised her hand. Amisha,
Yes,
please.
Amisha, come. Give me something which is impossible to, because see, whenever you give me an opinion, I can say no, I disagree.
Topic is moon does not have its own light.
I don't know what she's
Can you
saying. What?
repeat once again?
Moon does not have its own light. It receives from sun.
Food does not have its
I
own
think she's
life.
talking about moon and sun, something about moon and sun, no?
Moon does not have its own light. It
Okay,
uses
got it, got it. Yeah, Jatin has got it. Yes, thank you, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are one of the few people in the world who believe, okay, how many of you agree? You know this, you've studied in geography, right? Moon does not have its own light. Raise your hands. No one knows. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are one of those people who know and believe that moon does not have its own light, but it is actually giving us light because it is reflecting that light from the sun. Congratulations, because you are educated, with 69% of the population in India is not. For most of the people in India, they don't know whether moon has light or reflects light, but moon for them is like a burnt piece of bread that reminds them that once again they are going to go back to bed hungry. For them, education is not even a choice. Education is a necessity that helps them, give them a midday meal at lunch. For them, moon is a reminder that their day was terrible. And for them, moon is probably that source of light that makes that terrible, cold, hot, horrible night a little better, because it gives them light where there is just darkness. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of times we take our education for granted. We take our privilege for granted. We take these colleges and schools that we have had the opportunity of going to for granted, and we forget about the thousands of others who do not get that chance in their life. The next time you are thinking about whether the moon comes up with its own light or shares reflected light, please understand that you are able to think of all of these things because of your education. And if you would like to be the moon or the sun in someone else's life, share. Share that knowledge with others, because knowledge is the only thing that magnifies when shared. And knowledge is what helps you reflect your thoughts and your ideas to someone else instead of deflecting it to someone and wasting it. So the next time you have an opportunity of receiving light, pass it away like the moon. Be like the moon and reflect the light from the sun, so that the sons and daughters of our country understand that the moon is a planet and the earth is a planet, and this planet is for everyone, provided they receive education at the right time. So yes, no matter what topic you get, you can go against the topic as I just demonstrated. All you need to do is to have the right kind of critical thinking. So I'm going to go back finally to my screen to give you some final thoughts. So challenge accepted. You have to accept the challenge that is thrown at you at every point in time. And if you do that, you should be able to remember these 3 tips so that the light bulbs are out there shining brighter than the brightest. First, be confident. Remind yourself that pausing is okay and resetting the question will help you steady your response. Be brief. It is easy to stray off topic and begin repeating statements, adding new points, or backtracking. Stick to your main points. And finally, be sincere. Trying to be inventive when you don't know the answer to a question can be tricky. You know, you heard today about Mary Com, so didn't come up with Mary Com. If you know Sachin's story, talk about Sachin. It is better that you admit if you don't know how to respond than to end up like a fool. And that, ladies and gentlemen, and dear students and professors, brings us to an end to today's meeting. If you don't have any questions, I would like to thank you so much. But if you have questions, I will be happy to answer them now. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for this opportunity, and back to the organizers. Asankhya? Okay, no one is speaking. I have no idea whether I'm still connected or not. Jatin or Asankhya or the
Yes,
presiding officer,
yes,
anyone.
yes, Ayana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm done. If
Public
anyone has
meeting.
any questions that have not been answered, I'll take them, or anything that needs to be done. But otherwise, I'm done with my workshop.
Anyone, forum is open. If you might have any questions for Toastmaster Ayan, you can feel free to ask them before we wind up the session. Anyone who has been there in the like, all of you have been listening to him ardently. So any questions any one of you might have for him with regards to impromptu speaking or any other query that you might have. Anyone?
I think they
All
are
right.
still
I think we are done.
shell-shocked as to what is happening.
I think we are done. Toastmaster Shobhit, presiding officer, I will urge you to take it forward for the feedback part from the students and the faculty members and proceed for the conclusion. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Ayan, for taking this session. Students and all of us for giving your time for the SRMS Toastmasters inaugural meeting and starting the proceedings for Toastmasters at SRMS. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asankhya. So, I'd like to request any one of you who might just want to take up the podium and tell us what happened. Like Ayanda said, quite a few are shell-shocked, quite a few are still trying to process whatever has transpired. But anyone who would just want to just take up the podium, and for the benefit of us as well as the students around, anybody from the faculty as well, if you can sum up what just transpired, for us also to understand that what were the key learnings for you all. Anyone can take the podium and tell this for us. Great. Thank you so much, sir.
So actually, it was really a very nice session. So, Stan told very key points that how to face the stage here and how to communicate and gain insights at what points we can do to improve our communication skills and maybe impromptu speaking. What I judge is more like beating around the bush. So rather than knowing the topic, we can just beat around the bush and maybe we can say something about it. So that is more important than impromptu would definitely be a doctor. So many times patients throw a bouncer to us. So it will definitely help in some kind of.
Great. Thank you so much, sir. And let me assure you, this is not just about impromptu speaking. I myself remember from my college days those Viva moments wherein any random question just comes up and you out of the blue are shell shocked. If there are, second year, third year students, and that's when our impromptu skills are at their highest. We end up weaving the answers on the spot. We are impromptu speakers to an extent, but I don't know why. When it comes to the stage or the podium, we end up being a bit more aware, maybe conscious, and a bit more fearsome speaking to the public. So let that impromptu speaker in you thrive. Let that come out. And with this initiative taking larger shape and putting itself forward and as an opportunity to become the part of the greater Toastmaster fraternity, I am sure all of you would benefit. Now, on the ending note, if there is something that you guys want to ask, if there's anything that the students or even the faculty members or senior dignitaries who are present here, they want any sort of clarification, I think the podium was set open by both Ayanda and Asankhya, but I give that opportunity as well. Please step up and clarify your doubts, because moving ahead with even iota of doubt might just dilute the whole purpose. So anyone who has any question at all, any iota of doubt as to how to move ahead, this is the time to get it sorted. We have senior leaders from the Toastmaster fraternity, so it's great and a great opportunity to just clarify any doubts at all. If there's anything that you want to ask or clarify, any of the students, please, I encourage. I'm sure the young, curious minds would be wanting to know a bit more or wanting to understand how it happens. So any question at all, please feel free. Since I do not know names of most of the people, otherwise I would have myself asked for feedback. Any feedback? If not questions, then I move to the feedback part of it. That's what we do at Toastmasters. We appreciate and we encourage teachers. Yes. Okay. So I request the other girl to come just after this one. The one who raised her hand. Please follow after this one. Yes, over to you.
My name is Mushka, and the feedback I want to give is like I have learned how to manipulate our words, even if I don't know the topic. So how we can manipulate that and we can speak related things to that. So this is what I like about this.
Great. Yes, indeed. That's what impromptu speaking is all about.
Sir,
Hi.
I want to ask a question. What will be the further curriculum of the classes?
Okay.
What is the further curriculum?
Yes, Ayanda, over to you. Please take this up. Thank you.
Okay, so basically what happens is the first thing that you will do is you will receive access to Toastmasters International, okay? So you should go and take the test and find out what is your recommended pathway. After you find out your recommended pathway, there are multiple pathways to choose from. You should immediately start working on your icebreaker speech. Icebreaker speech. So there is a module that will unlock for you. You have to go into the module and start going through it. There are videos and there is an e-learning that teaches you how to prepare yourself for an icebreaking speech. There is a document you're supposed to download. You're supposed to note down points, and you have to prepare yourself so that you can deliver a speech of 4 to 6 minutes about yourself or an aspect of your life. And I believe Shobhit, there will be some people helping them out initially, of course, as mentors. So write that speech or write the point or think about how you want to talk about it and discuss this with your mentors. Some mentors are already assigned to the club who will be doing. For the first step is log in, check if your ID and password is fine, log into the Toastmasters International, log into your Basecamp at Pathways and go through the self-assessment so that Toastmasters can recommend the 3 best paths for you. It's not like you have to take one of those 3 paths, you can take some other path as well. But I strongly recommend that you take one of the 3 paths that have been recommended. And the first level across all paths is the same. You have to start off with an icebreaker. There is an evaluation and feedback project and so on and so forth. I'm not getting into all the project details. That's what you would need to do. So that's the next step. And what happens after that, I will of course be letting you know. But just so you know, Abha, Punita, Jatin, and Manvi are the 2 sponsors and 2 mentors of this club. Manvi is also the incoming Manvi and Puneet are also the incoming division directors. Sorry, area directors. Jatin is also an incoming area director, right? I think all 3. And
Yes,
Abha is the
yes.
incoming program quality director. So all of them are anyway going to be in the district helping you out, but you have to help yourself. So one thing I would like to clarify today, because sometimes due to the network, there could be a misunderstanding, is the best thing to do is to be able to speak on the topic. The best thing to do is have so much knowledge that you can speak on any topic. But if you cannot speak on a topic because you're afraid, what do? Breathing. Maintain your breathing so that you can breathe in and breathe out and don't worry about the other things and thoughts come into your head. The second thing you do is prepare in advance. So prepare on various topics, not on cow only, but prepare on various topics. Okay, science, technology, social issues. Read the newspaper, prepare on topics so that whatever topic you get, it is similar to something that you know about, because whatever you're speaking, it is something that you know. So if you don't know there is a Sachin Tendulkar, if you've never seen cricket, you can't talk about. If you don't know who is a Mary Kom and what is her challenge, you cannot talk about her. If you don't know who is a Sushant Singh Rajput and who is a Kangna Ranaut, you can't talk about them. So the more knowledge you have, the better you can speak on any topic. And of course, you need to do that slowly. Third is when you are in an impromptu speaking and you want to make a difference, you want to stand out from the crowd, you want to say it differently, then come up with a different take on the topic. That is at the last level, at a very competitive level, wherein you, if everyone agrees, you disagree. If the topic is the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, how do you disagree to something? So come up with newer ways. Okay, I can disagree like that, not for the sake of it, but for a debate. Because see, please understand, in some of the job interviews, you may be in a panel discussion where you have to, like, 9, 10 people will be in a room and you have to speak. If all of you say yes, I agree, then you'll never be selected. You have to come up with differential thoughts. When you are in a corporate and people say, okay, and we are having this ideation session, you have to come up with a slums different idea to be noticed. Okay, not for the sake of coming up with a different idea, but you should be able to think differently. So to be able to push yourself to think differently, do all of this, because impromptu speaking at the end makes you a better leader and makes you better followers. And leaders, better leaders, are not those who do different things. They do the same things differently. So impromptu teaching teaches you to do the same things differently, even if it's the same Hisapita topic. How do you speak on it differently? So the more you practice, the more you learn. The more you observe other speakers, the more you learn. And the more you work on yourself, the more you learn. So the next part of the curriculum is your icebreaker. Start working on your icebreaker. And those who delivered their icebreakers start working on the evaluation and feedback and so on and so forth. And take the help of your sponsors and mentors, Abha, Punita, Jatin, and Manvi, to do that well. And slowly you will be groomed to be mentors yourself. But please log in, check your ID, check your passport, and start working on yourselves right away. That's all I have to say. And back to you, Shobit, as the presiding officer.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ayanda. So, I mean, just to carve the way ahead, I think the first and the foremost thing that we will do is, as I understand, the club has an executive committee. And what I know of is the fact that a lot of faculty members are a part of that executive committee. So the learning will come top to bottom. All the steps that Ayanda just mentioned, they are a part and parcel of the learning pedagogy that we have at Toastmasters. But the committee or the executive committee is the one which shall be the what do you say, the bridge between us and the club members per se, right? So I think we will set up a meeting with the EC members to begin with. I suppose the faculty in charge, Mr. Deepak, we would request you to initiate this proceedings and make a separate group with all the mentors and all the EC members, executive committee members, including faculty members, and if there are any students there as well, you can create that. We will have scheduled meetings with the executive committee where everything will be told and explained. And then there will be a separate group made for all the members, including the EC members and the mentors and the sponsors as well. Probably a group of around 27 people. That's what I know, the number of students that have joined. So with that, these two parallel groups will be the ones which will help us coordinate. The learning will flow from us to the EC members, because we want the internal EC members to get together, do the thinking, because you know your environment the best, you know the challenges, you know what is the best way to move ahead. Again, Toastmasters is the pedagogy which gives you a module to go ahead with. It gives you a pathway to move ahead. It, like Ayanda said, there are different pathways, and you need to select one which is best suited to you after going through that psychometric analysis, right? So we'll explain all of that. We'll do a handhold onboarding on the Toastmaster platform. As Ayanda mentioned, that we will have an access to the Toastmasters platform. So that is very much important. So the first step would be to have the executive committee meeting lined up. Asank and the mentors and the sponsors from our side, including me, myself, as the division director, will be there to take this forward. Asank, I request you to help Deepak sir with the formation of the groups, both the groups. Let me know if there's anything you want me to do in that, right? But that's the first step we take. And from there on, it will be a smooth rolling ahead. We will tell you how it goes and how each and every member will benefit by taking advantage of those opportunities which will be presented in each of the meetings. So, for example, today what we did was one part of a Toastmasters meeting. I'm sure most of you would have attended that demo meet, which had a larger scope of a prepared speech and then the table topics and then the evaluation. And in that whole process, the learning will come up with time, right? So I think with that, I have tried to like mark the way ahead, but still, obviously, it will be on the due course of rolling as we go on. We will learn and we will be able to do that, right? So Deepak ji, if you also have any questions, because you are, अगर मैं शुद्ध हिंदी बोलूं तो आप ही हमारे सूत्रधार हैं, तो यहाँ से आपके लिए मन में कोई भी दुविधा, कोई भी शंका हो तो हमारे साथ साझा करें और हमें खुल के बताएं कि हम कैसे और आपकी मदद कर सकते हैं.
Things are very pretty clear, and I'll be contacting with Asankya sir, and we have already made the group of these executive members.
Okay.
I'll be joining all those persons from your end who wants to be in that group, and hopefully we'll have a meeting in coming week.
Great. Great. Perfect. Okay. I think there's a student behind you who wants to also clarify something. Hanji.
The class will be online or offline?
See, mostly it should be offline because, you are all there in the campus. But I think a hybrid mode is something which is more conducive, as I understand, because there will be people at least initially joining. We would also like to be a part of the meetings to guide you ahead. So basically the students that are there, you guys, those who can join offline will be joining the way we did today. So something like what happened right now is how the meetings will happen. But with time, I think as and when you become more self-sustained and self-cooperative amongst yourselves, you guys can take it forward offline. But at least to begin with, initially, it will be a hybrid mode so that we can do a bit of hand-holding wherever required. Yeah? Okay, cool. Anything else at all? So, with this, I think if everything else is sorted and we are all good to go, I think I will bring this meeting to order and call for a close. My humble request to all of you to take Toastmasters as a self-learning initiative. This is not a classroom, number one. Your academics are directly not linked. So don't think about it, okay, I should do it because of my academics, or my academics will get negatively affected if I get attached to this forum. No. This is the added layer of confidence and leadership which is required for you to proceed and succeed in life, apart from what you're doing in your classroom. So this is not a classroom. This is a playground. How many of you like to play in a playground? Raise your hands. Who feels that a playground is much more interesting than a classroom? So I see a few hands raised. So this is the playground. This is the pseudo life that you want to, use this as a practice ground, as a playground where you can come ahead, make mistakes, improve your communication skills, improve your confidence, be a better leader, make mistakes here so that once you move ahead, you go to your third year, fourth year of your, and then the final placements. By the time interviews knock on your campus door, you should be saying that, okay, I am good to go for any kind of an interview. I think this session was all about that. It was about being able to speak, being able to convey, being able to communicate on any topic, on any kind of a scenario that is presented to you. With this, yes. Yeah, please come ahead.
Sir, can we ever get the opportunity of meeting international Toastmasters, either physically or online?
Yeah, definitely. So what we'll also endeavor for is that we will coordinate with international Toastmasters, and we will bring them along to our scheduled meetings, right? We will have people from across geographies who can join us. That's a very good idea. In fact, that is something which we already do. And there's going to be a kind of a gathering in IIT Kanpur in the coming months, probably in the month of August, where we can meet people face to face, people from across the district, and at least the division will definitely be there to attend this gathering in person. And we will definitely try to have some international figure attend that, so that you guys can get a one-on-one exposure, right? And you will receive an official invitation for that. So I'm putting that ahead of time so that you guys can prepare. I hope the month of August is not too heavy for you guys, right? And we'd love to see you all in person in IIT Kanpur. That will be an engaging and a very enriching experience in itself. And that will be the time when all of us can be face to face for sure. Yeah. So the opportunity will definitely be there. Cool. Great. Okay. So with that, I would like to close the meeting and thank all of you for your presence, for your patience, because that's another thing that we all will learn as we move ahead with the Toastmasters meeting, is that we learn to be patient and listen to others. And that's going to be helpful in the long run. So my heartiest gratitude to Ayan Paul again for his precious time and valuable learnings. My deepest congratulations to the newly born club out of SRMS Bareilly, and I hope that we do end up multiplying it to various other branches of this institution in Lucknow and in Unnao. With that blissful thought, I'd like to end this meeting, and over to you guys, or over to, I think, Asankhya. You can take it up from there, because you're the one who's been the common connect. So anything that you would like to say to just wrap it up, over to you, Asankhya.
Thank you so much once again, Toastmaster Shobhit, distinguished Toastmaster Ayan, and even all the students who joined us today. So this idea of Toastmasters, I was there. Offline, I got to meet everyone who were there joining us. Deepak sir, Dr. Anuja, I met all of them. A few of the students as well. The founders, sir, I met with all of them. And it was a great experience. And right from that time itself, it was a positive energy that we felt. And we were sure that this is something that would materialize with time. Thank you so much for taking our time. Jadin, Punita as the mentors for the club. There will be sponsors who will be there. So again, the first and foremost thing, just to sum it up, to reiterate, we will be forming a group with all the members, the executive committee members, and the mentors who will be initially guiding you, hand holding you for your initial journey as Toastmasters. Whatever you might have, you will be having someone who you can reach out to with regards to how to go about taking up roles, how to go about delivering speeches, how to go about preparing for speeches. So that is something we will help you with as and when we start with. We will be having another meeting with the students and the committee members to finalize how to go about it with regards to the how to involve you as and when the meeting happens. So we will be having a meeting every week is what the idea behind the same is. Weekly, we will be meeting with all the members, the students who have joined the SRMS Toastmasters Club. And just like Toastmaster Shobhit mentioned, there will be a training program as well that will happen offline this time. That is scheduled on the 4th of August tentatively at IIT Kanpur is something that we are planning. More details will be rolled out soon for all of you to join us. That will be more of a training that would be there, and a day affair that would be there. We will be letting you know further details as and when we proceed with the Toastmasters curriculum. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you so much for your precious time. And we'll be staying in touch, we all of us together, to making sure that your journey as a Toastmaster is something wherein you are able to fulfill that why
that motivated you to join initially as Toastmasters? Thank you all. Thank you, everyone.